Tribe of Habits here, recording another voiceover for another training log, and we're back at the beginning of the rotation, going over my first lower day. And yeah, I would like to thank subscriber number 37, and let's get right into it. Last week when training, I tweaked my left hamstring when doing Jefferson curls, snatch grip Jefferson curls with 51 kilos. And the following day, the pressure on the left hamstring was significant, but it could easily be mistaken by just simple soreness, and both hamstrings were sore. The day after that, it was significantly better, and it really made it look like it was just regular soreness from training. I had just upped the weight, so it was to be expected that delayed muscle soreness would be significant. But then the day after that, I went swimming, and I must have aggravated it via swimming, and the pain was just insane on the left hamstring. It was quite a significant tweak, not so tiny. And so by the time we came around to Monday again, and I had to do this session that you're seeing here, it was sufficient enough, the pain was sufficient to the point where, or present enough, I guess, made itself known to the point where it would affect my squats to some degree, and obviously I could not do any sort of Jefferson curl, and instead I'm doing a lot of rehab work with a lot of blood pumping stuff, so very low intensity, high levels of volume every 2 to 3 days, so high frequency as well, to stimulate recovery on the area. And yeah, that's what you're about to see here. That's why it's a 2 kilo band. And now for this week's dose of somewhat cohesive scattered thoughts. Push and pull are opposite forces that offer each other the bliss of balance throughout all walks of life. The spectacular machine known as the human body is, too, a perfect example of pushing and pulling. The structure is suspended and holds itself through multiple layers of pushing and pulling forces, which serve many purposes beyond merely holding the structure together. The one to highlight in this context is the distribution of tension. Reorganizing to distribute pressure, reordering the pushing and pulling, and adapting the structure to the form that best meets the specific opposition. Another prime example is the sea, that endlessly showcases the balance between push and pull, as it creates boundaries when smashing against the rocks and pulls away upon doing so. The sea's usage of these forces serves as a reminder of the nature of both pulling and pushing, and in human beings, the emotional tendencies connected to them. Pulling is internal, introspective, and makes oneself the target of confrontation, whilst pushing sets boundaries, requires respect, and confrontation with the external. It's natural to develop both facets to different extents, but they are both crucial, and I believe balance is what one should strive for. Personally, I'm a much stronger puller than a pusher, and so when required to push, I often fall short, often needing to rely on cheap fixes like anger to be able to push. I aim to push whilst remaining centered and strive for balance between the two forces. Many thanks for listening.